want to make sure that Rabbi Demota sees this. I'm going to close with this. Rabbi Demota, I am a fan of Gematria, and I do a lot of work with Gematria over the years. I'm going to share with you a work that I've done many, many years ago. I published 8 books already on Amazon. The very first book that I published, I'm going to share some of what I put there, but I'm also going to share one more item that I didn't put there. So I'm actually going to show something right now I've never shown, and it's to your honor that I'm showing this.
Okay.
So here we go. These are my personal notes on Gematria. Right. So if everyone can see the screen, it says Genesis 15:4. The numerical equivalence of the phrase in Hebrew, they shall come out with great wealth. Remember, Hashem tells Abraham that after the 400 years duration, his descendants shall come out with great wealth. Well, that phrase in Hebrew is numerically equivalent to America and Egypt when you write it out in Hebrew, and it has a numerical equivalence of 742.
Wow.
The next sentence says, and that nation they serve, I shall judge. That is equivalent to 752, 10 more. Why? Because in the word for Mitzrayim, there are 2 yods. Now, those who read the Tanakh in Hebrew, you know that there are rare occasions where the word Mitzrayim is spelled with an extra yod. So when you add the extra yod, you get 752, and that becomes equivalent to the phrase, and the nation they shall serve, I will judge. And that's equivalent to America and Egypt, but Egypt this time spelled with an additional yod. In Genesis 40:15, it says, the term stolen away from the land of Hebrews, which is a phrase that's used in Genesis 40:15 to refer to Yosef. When Joseph was taken from the land of the Hebrews, that phrase is equivalent in Hebrew to 1227, which is equivalent to the Hebraic phrase, Sakar Avadim HaTransatlantic, the Transatlantic Slave Trade. Forward to one last thing. In Devarim, Deuteronomy 28:49, Hashem says that I will send you to a nation whose language you will not understand, right? Which in Hebrew is Lo Tishma Leshano. Well, that phrase, Lo Tishma Leshano, is numerical equivalent to 1227, which again is numerically equivalent to Sakar Avadim HaTransatlantic, the transatlantic slave trade. There's a reason why I have you here as I'm saying this, Rabbi, because you have to imagine that in the wisdom of Hashem, the Tanakh says he does nothing unless he reveals his secret to his servants, the prophets. If we are reimagining the return of Israel from the 4 corners of the world, then someone from among us has to start saying, well, maybe there's a passage in the Tanakh which speaks towards the African Americans awakening. Just like European Yehudim speak of passages all throughout the Torah and the Tanakh, which they say through secret or through exegesis, they can see the awakenings in Europe.
Right.
So why can't we utilize tools such as Gematria to see our awakening in this diaspora?
That's correct. That's correct.